Your shoulders are the most injury-prone joints in your entire body, and if you're making these 3 deadly mistakes, you're not just wasting time in the gym, you're setting yourself up for serious injury that could sideline you for months. I'm going to show you the exact mistakes that are destroying your shoulder development right now, and more importantly, how to fix them immediately. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to change in your next workout to build bigger, stronger, pain-free shoulders. Let's dive in. Here's the brutal truth. Most people have no rear delts, zero, and it's not because they're hard to grow, it's because nobody trains them properly. Why this destroys your shoulders? Your shoulder has 3 heads, front, side, and rear. But here's the problem. Your front delts get hammered every time you do chest exercises. Every bench press, every push-up, every overhead press hits your front delts hard. Your side delts get some work from overhead pressing and lateral raises. But your rear delts, they get absolutely nothing unless you specifically target them. This creates a massive muscle imbalance. Your front delts pull your shoulders forward, your rear delts can't pull them back, and you end up with rounded shoulders, poor posture, and eventually, shoulder impingement. The real cost. When your rear delts are weak, your rotator cuff has to work overtime to stabilize your shoulder joint. This leads to inflammation, pain, and eventually tears. I've seen guys benching 315 pounds who can't even do a proper rear delt fly with 10-pound dumbbells. The fix. You need to train rear delts twice as much as front delts. Here's your new shoulder training split. For every set of front delt work, do 2 sets of rear delt work. If you do 3 sets of overhead press, you need 6 sets of rear delt exercises. The best exercises: face pulls, reverse pec deck, and bent over reverse flies. But here's the key. You need to feel the contraction in your rear delts, not your traps or rhomboids. Execution tips. Keep your elbows high during face pulls. If your elbows drop, you're using your lats. Squeeze hard at the peak contraction for a full second. Use lighter weight and focus on the mind-muscle connection. Start your next shoulder workout with rear delts when you're fresh, not at the end when you're exhausted. This alone will transform your shoulder development in 8 weeks. Walk into any gym and watch people do lateral raises. I guarantee 90% of them are doing it wrong, and it's killing their side delt gains. The problem: most people raise the dumbbells way above shoulder height, sometimes even above their head. They think more range of motion equals more muscle growth. But here's what's actually happening. When you raise your arms above shoulder height, your trapezius muscles take over completely. Your side delts stop working, and your traps do all the lifting. You're basically doing a trap exercise disguised as a shoulder exercise. The anatomy. Your side deltoids are responsible for shoulder abduction, moving your arm away from your body, but they only work effectively from 0 to 90 degrees. Once you go past shoulder height, the biomechanics shift and your upper traps dominate the movement. Plus, going too high creates massive stress on your rotator cuff tendons, especially the supraspinatus. This is the #1 tendon that gets impinged and torn in shoulder injuries. The fix. Stop at shoulder height. Period. Your dumbbells should never go higher than your shoulders during lateral raises. Here's the exact technique. Start with dumbbells at your sides. Raise them out to the sides until they're level with your shoulders. Imagine pouring water out of a pitcher, then control them back down. That's it. The secret. Want to make lateral raises even more effective? Tilt the dumbbells slightly forward at the top, like you're pouring water in front of you. This puts maximum tension on the side delt and minimizes trap involvement. Use a weight where you can do 12-15 perfect reps, stopping at shoulder height. If you need to swing or use momentum, the weight is too heavy. Your ego might be bruised, but your side delts will finally start growing. Most guys need to drop their lateral raise weight by 30-40% when they fix their form. But within 4 weeks they see more side delt growth than they did in the previous 6 months of ego lifting. This is the ego lifter's favorite mistake, and it's destroying shoulder gains across every gym in the world. The reality check: your shoulders are small, delicate joints surrounded by relatively small muscles. They're not designed to handle the same loads as your chest, back, or legs. But guys treat shoulder exercises like powerlifting movements. I see people loading up 100-pound dumbbells for shoulder presses, swinging 50-pound dumbbells on lateral raises, and using their entire body to cheat the weight up. And then they wonder why their shoulders hurt and won't grow. Why heavy weight fails. When you use too much weight on shoulder exercises, 3 things happen. First, you lose the mind-muscle connection completely. You're just moving weight from point A to point B using momentum, not contracting your deltoids. Second, your stronger muscles take over. Your traps, your chest, your triceps, they all jump in to help move the weight. Your delts barely work. Third, you put enormous stress on your rotator cuff tendons and shoulder ligaments. These structures aren't designed to handle maximal loads, they're stabilizers, not prime movers. The injury cascade. Here's what happens. You use too much weight, your form breaks down, your rotator cuff struggles to stabilize the joint, inflammation builds up, you develop tendinitis, you push through the pain, and eventually something tears. I've seen this cycle destroy more shoulders than any other mistake, and the worst part? All that heavy lifting didn't even build muscle because the delts weren't doing the work. The solution: cut your weights in half and focus on perfect form with a strong mind-muscle connection. I'm serious. Take whatever weight you're using now and cut it by 50%. For shoulder presses, slow down the eccentric, lowering phase to 3 seconds. Feel your delts stretching under control. Pause at the bottom for 1 second, then press up with deliberate speed, not explosive momentum. For lateral raises, use a weight where you can do 15 to 20 controlled reps with zero swinging or body English. At the top of each rep, hold for a full second and squeeze your side delts hard. The proof. Try this experiment. Do a set of lateral raises with your normal weight. Count how many reps you can do with perfect form. No swinging, stopping exactly at shoulder height, controlled tempo. Most guys can't even do 5 reps. Now drop the weight by 50% and do another set with that same perfect form. You'll feel your side delts burning like never before. That's what actual muscle stimulation feels like. Within 2 to 3 weeks of training with proper weight and form, you'll see more definition and size in your delts than months of ego lifting ever produced. These 3 mistakes are killing your shoulder gains right now. Neglecting rear delts creates imbalances and injuries. Going too high on lateral raises wastes your effort on trap work, and using too much weight eliminates the mind-muscle connection while destroying your joints. Fix these 3 things in your next workout, and you'll finally start building the bolder shoulders you've been chasing. Your shoulders will thank you, your physique will transform, and you'll stay injury-free for years to come. Now, get in the gym and make it happen. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, and leave a comment.